If your plumber did not know that water created rust, if your plumber did not know that water created rust, and they recommended you put pipes in your house that were prone to rust, it would only be a matter of time until rust formed. And then, of course, they would take no responsibility for it because, well, they didn't know what they didn't know. If you had a colorblind art critic criticizing, Picasso's works, you would get a very different assessment of the worth of the picture, of the painting, than from an art critic who was not colorblind. Well, so it is with the MDs. This in from Medscape, medscape.com. Statin users. Statins, of course, are the drugs that lower cholesterol levels. San Diego, California, individuals prescribed statin therapy for high cholesterol levels have increased their caloric intake by nearly 10% and their intake of fat by 14% over a recent 10-year period, while no changes in eating habits have been observed among non-statin users, a new study shows. In addition, the researchers report that individuals prescribed a statin had a larger increase in body mass index than those who weren't taking the lipid-lowering medication. So this means that one of the side effects, let's add it to the list. One of the side effects of taking a statin drug is you crave more calories, especially fat calories, and you gain an increase of 10% of body weight. Let me get this number correct. It's 3 to 5 kilogram gain in weight gain, so that's 7.5 to 15, 5, 19, 18, 7 to 18 pounds, 7 to 18 pound weight gain from taking statin drugs, 7 to 18 pound weight gain from taking statin drugs. It's interesting that statins make you crave more calories and especially more fat calories. And there's a reason why. Of course, the MDs are completely clueless about it. They have no earthly idea of why this is happening, because they're like colorblind art critics. They are like, plumbers who have no idea that water causes rust. They have thrown the baby out with the bathwater. They have overlooked a fundamental principle of the human body. They have overlooked a fundamental principle of the human body, and in so doing, have endangered your health. The fundamental principle that they overlooked is the notion, the fact, that the human body has a built-in, God-given ability to fix itself. Your body knows how to fix itself. Your body wants to fix itself. Your body is trying to sort its affairs out and manage its affairs to its advantage 100% of the time. Your body is a self-healing machine. Your body has intelligence. Where does this intelligence come from? This intelligence comes from the presence of the spiritual force inside the body. Whatever it is that persists once the body dies, call it the soul, call it the spirit, call it, I don't care, the purple-headed spaghetti monster. I really don't care what you call it. Whatever it is that exists after the body dies informs everything that happens inside of the body, because it is intelligent. Your body is so intelligent, it grew itself all by itself from a single-celled organism into you. You think if it could do that, it knows how to fix itself? Well, the resounding answer is yes, but your MD is trained to believe that this is in fact not the case, that once you're sick, you're screwed, and your only option is to let the MD march into the biochemistry of your body with man-made, symptom-suppressive pharmaceutical agents, the intention of which is not to heal the illness, but to manage your symptoms. This is the single biggest point of information that we overlook when we are deciding whom to go to with our health issue. If people around the world knew that your MD was trained to believe that once you're sick, you're screwed, if people around the world knew that your MD was trained not to cure disease, but to manage it with man-made synthetic drugs, then everything would be different. So, the MD overlooks the fact that the human body has intelligence, and they throw into the body statin drugs, the intention of which are to create a low-grade inflammation in the liver, interfering with the liver's production of cholesterol. Did you know that? That cholesterol is so important to the human body that your liver makes it? Cholesterol is so important to the human body that your body makes it. 75% of your brain is made from cholesterol. Your nervous system, made from cholesterol. All of your sex hormones, made from cholesterol. All of your stress hormones, made from cholesterol. Cholesterol is the king of the body, each and every single one of the trillions of cells in your body. I don't care if it's a brain cell, an eye cell, a heart cell, an immune system cell, a kidney cell, a liver cell, it doesn't matter. All of the individual eeny-weeny, teeny, jelly-beany cells of the human body are made from cholesterol. The walls around the cell, which give the cell distinction and anonymity, individuality, are made from cholesterol. The cell walls of every cell in your body are made from cholesterol. Cholesterol is an unbelievably important raw material. So important that your body makes it. Now, the MDs believe that cholesterol is the Antichrist, that cholesterol must be avoided at all costs, because they see that, it's cholesterol that piles up in the arteries, clogging the arteries, so therefore it's a good idea to reduce the total amount of cholesterol in the body, therefore reducing the amount of cholesterol that can pile up. This is their strategy, this is their logic. But the body has wisdom. The body has cholesterol for a reason. The body makes cholesterol for a reason. And when you drive cholesterol into the dirt with statin drugs and fat-free diets, well, guess what happens? The intelligence of the body kicks in, and the body drives the patient, drives the individual who's taking the statin drug to eat more calories, especially fat calories, in the desperate attempt to fill the cholesterol tank back up, because it needs cholesterol. Why does it need cholesterol? For all of the reasons that I just said. It needs it to support and promote a healthy brain, to support and promote a healthy central nervous system, to support and promote healthy hormones, and to keep each and every one of the cells of your body healthy. Pretty important, don't you think? So, when you follow the MD's advice, when you follow the advice of the colorblind art critic, when you follow the advice of the reductionist, the atheistic reductionist, cowardly, intellectually cowardly, you get unintended consequences, side effects, and now increased body weight. And of course, increased body weight's a problem. Not because so much that there's extra fat in the body, that's really not a problem at all, but increased body weight is a symptom of a greater disease. The greater disease is nutrient deficiencies. This is why people gain weight in the first place. People don't gain weight because they have big stomachs. People don't gain weight because they have a fat gene. People don't gain weight because they're lazy or depressed. People gain weight because they eat too many calories, period. Nobody in Auschwitz was overweight. I don't care what their pre-existing health condition was, right? So when your body's nutritional tank is running on fumes, the intelligence of your body kicks in and you eat food. Your body drives you to eat more calories. Why? Because your body knows you're deficient in cholesterol. It knows you're deficient in vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, calcium, selenium, zinc, so forth and so on. But the food that you eat doesn't have the stuff you need, doesn't have the nutrients in it that you need, and if you're on a fat-free diet, well, more's the pity. So you eat and you eat and you eat and you gain weight and you gain weight and you gain weight, and 3 hours later you're hungry again, even though you just ate 4,000 calories, and so you march yourself into oblivion. Interestingly, enough, after 40 years of cholesterol-lowering statin drug use, fat-free diets, and exercise, the amount of heart disease remains the same. Just as many people get clogged arteries now as they did before the statin drug revolution. Just as many people get it. Statin drugs have made zero impact in the total amount of heart disease related to clogged arteries. It has made zero effect. Zero effect. Just as many people get clogged arteries now as they did before statin drugs were developed. Really, the only statistic that has changed is the MDs, because remember, they're specialized in heroic medicine and heroic intervention. They can keep you alive now after your first, second, third, fourth, and fifth heart attack. That's what they're good at. And this is where the statistics in heart disease become confusing, because the layperson, will read an article that says, heart health is much better now than it was 50 years ago, because the MDs with their emergency medical therapeutics can keep you alive after a heart attack, and then another heart attack, and then another heart attack. But they have no earthly idea of what causes the heart attack in the first place, and they have no earthly idea of what causes cholesterol to accumulate in the arteries. And so we follow their advice and march ourselves over the cliff like the lemmings into oblivion. And this is why this radio show is important. This is why Longevity Nation is important. Because we are the only medical professionals in the world bringing to the table real solutions, real understanding, real information about the pathoneogenesis of disease, and stepwise formulas that you can follow to support and promote the structure and function of the human body. Get your health back, get your wealth back with Longevity. Tuesday, we're not in May yet. Tuesday, April 29th, 2014. Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. By the way, if cholesterol was the culprit in, hardening of the arteries, right, and atherosclerosis, then why doesn't cholesterol build up in veins? Cholesterol only builds up in arteries. Well, if cholesterol is the problem, if getting cholesterol out of the blood is important, well, why? Why doesn't cholesterol, if it's just cholesterol, why doesn't cholesterol, build up everywhere? Why doesn't it build up and gum up everything? Why does it just gum up arteries? Because cholesterol is not the problem. The problem is inflammation. Remember, the body has wisdom. The body knows what's going on. The body knows how to maintain its structure and function. So, you eat food that contains free radicals. Free radicals cause inflammation. Foods that contain free radicals, fried food, salad dressing, oil in a bottle, amongst others. So, you eat a piece of fried chicken. Now, or some stir-fried vegetables, right? You're a vegetarian, you eat stir-fried vegetables. Or you're of Indian descent, East Indian descent, and you have some chicken tikka, right? And there's oil in it. You have some saag paneer. There's oil in it. I don't know if there's oil in chicken tikka. That's why I said saag paneer. So there's oil. The East Indians are famous for putting oil in everything. It's the holy grail to them. So there's oil in the body, and then when you heat the oil, the production of free radicals increases dramatically. So now you have lots of free radicals circulating in the blood. Free radicals cause inflammation. So free radicals are in the blood, and they flow downstream in the blood just like sediment in a river. And when they turn a corner in an artery, they pile up on the corner the same way that sand piles up at the bend of a river. Free radicals pile up on the artery wall, they stick together, and they create inflammation in the artery wall. This is not a good thing, because inside the artery wall is blood under high pressure. And your body knows that if that artery wall breaches, if that artery wall tears, you are going to bleed to death. It's going to take about 20 minutes. You're going to bleed to death. So what does the body do in its wisdom? It puts a bandage over the site of inflammation. What does the body use to bandage the site of inflammation? What the body has an excessive amount of, because guess what? It can make it, if it needs to, cholesterol. So the body puts a cholesterol bandage over the site of inflammation. But then you eat another piece of fried chicken or another bowl of saag paneer or something that has oil in it. You have a salad. Hell, it's the healthiest food in the world, and you put olive oil on it. Your salad dressing, oil and vinegar, right? Now there are free radicals in your blood. Free radicals float through the blood, and because of fluid dynamics, they pile up at the bend of the river. Now that there's a cholesterol bandage there, they're more disposed to pile up there rather than anywhere else, and so the story continues. More inflammation, more tissue destruction on the artery wall, more cholesterol bandaging happening, and so forth and so on. When you dissect bodies that have died or that have serious amounts of atherosclerosis, cholesterol buildup in the arteries, 100% of the time, the cholesterol buildup begins in the bend of the blood vessel. It never, ever, 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 ever begins in the straight run of the artery. It always happens in the bend and then percolates out from there. And you know, when free radicals build up on the walls of veins, the body doesn't care. Because if the vein ruptures, nothing, you're not going to bleed to death, because it's low pressure blood that exists in the vein. This happens all the time in people that take Coumadin, right? You've seen elderly people who are on Coumadin and blood thinners. You know, a fly lands on their arm and they get a big bruise. Or what's the bruise? It's broken blood vessels, veins. The body doesn't care about veins being compromised. The body cares about arteries being compromised, because if the artery is compromised, you're going to die, sucker. And so, because the MDs have completely overlooked the wisdom of the body, and because the MDs are a cowardly club, they don't question authority. They don't question at all what they were taught. They just do the standard operating procedure, put their heads down and drive. You suffer needlessly. That's why this radio show is called Fire Your MD Now. Not because we're mean-spirited, but because the therapeutics that the MDs bring to the table are dangerous, outdated, old-fashioned, ineffective, and just plain wrong. Anthony in Florida is up next. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. April 29th, Tuesday, April 29th, 2014, in the second hour. At the top of the second hour, we're going to talk about the positive benefits of coffee. How about that? But in the meantime, let's kick off the phone calls with Anthony in Florida, who has a question about high blood pressure. Hey, Anthony, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
How you doing? Hey, my name is Anthony. I was calling. My sister joined you guys, and she was telling me about it. Hello?
Yeah.
And, well, in the meanwhile, my wife and I was, she was doing the hospital for infamy on, what is that called? Pancreas. And it was inflamed, and it was giving her a lot of problems. So they were going to do an operation, but the doctor said that he wasn't going to do it because he didn't see there was too much flame. He said something about letting it work itself out. And at the same time, while that was going on, her blood level was not like, it was elevating up and down. She was getting the chills. She was getting cold sweats at night sometimes.
Yeah.
Anemic.
Yeah. So your wife had a problem with acute pancreatitis, right? It was acute pancreatitis, but it wasn't bad enough to operate, or something was wrong and the doctor didn't want to operate. He just said, keep your fingers crossed, go home, maybe it'll go away all by itself, right?
Yeah. Well, my sister was supportive,
All right. So pancreas, different parts of your body whether it's your pancreas, your liver, your kidneys, your knees, your brain, your heart, it doesn't matter. These things don't become inflamed or develop problems because you have a voodoo curse or because you're getting older or because you have a pancreas, right? You don't get pancreatitis because you have a pancreas. So women don't get breast cancer because they have breasts. These things happen because there's a metabolic imbalance in the body. Something isn't right in the body, and the body is reacting appropriately. No different, really, than your car. If your car runs out of oil, the engine will seize up and the car stops running, and there's nothing really mechanically wrong with the engine. The welds were good, the metal was good, the placement of the pistons inside the cylinders was good. The only thing that was a problem is you forgot to top off the oil, so the engine seizes. Well, it's the same with the body. From our point of view, the majority, if not all, chronic diseases and the majority of acute diseases are caused by the simple nutrient deficiencies that your wife's body has run out of the stuff that it needs to maintain a healthy pancreas. And she's probably unwittingly eating food every day that is hurting the pancreas, hurting the body. Because for the last, 80 years more or less in the United States, we've let Monsanto and General Mills and Nabisco tell us what food to eat. We've let the people who make the food tell us what food to eat, and that really is not a good idea. So our basic message here is, in order to support and promote the structure and function of the human body, you have to do two things. Number one, eliminate 10 bad foods. You can get that list for free at my website, fireyourmdnow.com, fireyourmdnow.com. Scroll down the front page until you see the list for the link for the good food, bad food. And that's what it's called, the good food, bad food list. She has to stop eating 10 bad foods. So do you. So do I. So does everybody in the world. You can get that list for free. And she has to fill her body's nutritional tank up with the stuff that the body needs to fight back, with the stuff that the body needs to have a healthy pancreas. So what's your wife's current body weight?
What's your body weight? 145.
All right, so here's what I would recommend she do every month for 3 months by way of experimentation to look to see how this program affects everything in her life, her mood, her energy, her sleep, everything, including the blood work and pancreas function. So the recommendation would be per month, 1 anti-aging healthy start pack. 1 anti-aging healthy start pack. 1 anti-aging healthy start pack. 3 bottles of selenium. 1 anti-aging healthy start pack and 3 selenium. That's S like Sam, E, L like Larry, E, N like Nancy, I, U, M. 3 selenium, 1 anti-aging healthy start pack. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Now, you want to get in touch with your sister because she'll tell you who to call to get these supplements at the wholesale price. And this is a networked organization. It's a worldwide network of individual distributors all around the country. And we support the integrity of the network. So go to your sister to get the products, right? Go to the people that turned you on to this to get the products. Don't just go online or go to my website. Go to your sister because she'll hook you up with the appropriate stuff. That's 1 anti-aging healthy start pack, 3 bottles of selenium per month. Take that every day. Give me a call back every 2 or 3 weeks with a report on how your wife is doing. Expect
okay, I got a question.
Good things. Yeah.
How do she build the energy back up? Her energy by her being anemic.
With this stuff, this is how we do it. This is not just a pancreas medicine, right? This is a comprehensive, holistic medical nutrition support strategy. So when she takes these products, her energy should get better, her mood should get better, her sleep should get better, her weight should get better, her sex drive should get better. There should be an across-the-board improvement, including an improvement in the blood values of the pancreas inflammation. This is comprehensive foundation medical nutrition. So, we got to start somewhere. This is a really good place to start. Check it out. Give us a call back with a report, and thank you so much for the phone call. From Florida to Indiana, let's go see what Maddie's up to. Hey, Maddie, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Thank you. Thank you for taking my call, Dr. Glidden. My question is, we've been on the products now, the Healthy Start Packs, the Slender FX, and have even tried the ASAP as far as weight loss, my husband and I. I'm currently 50 years old, 5'4", 202 pounds. He's 52, 6 feet, and he's at 218. And it's really been, we used to be vegetarians until we actually heard Dr. Wallach talk about the vegetarian diet. So it's been about 2 months that we have no longer been eating vegetarian, but we're still having some major issues on weight loss.
Okay, well, I'm so glad you called because, you know, we need to, like, you know, we need to tune this in, right? We need to just dial this in. We need to tune it in appropriately. And when we do tune it in appropriately, you're going to get results. So, well, first things first, since you've been doing the program, has anything improved anywhere in your body, mind? Have you noticed anything brighten up anywhere?
Oh, absolutely. Sleep has just been incredible. Energy has been great. I mean, we've noticed that right away, taking the product. So the energy and the sleep has been really good. We're just trying to get rid of this excess weight.
Okay. So it's a tricky thing to do. It's a really tricky thing to do, right? Because it involves calorie counting. And calorie counting is an art. I mean, it's not easy to count calories. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal. All right? It's an aggressive metaphor, but it's an appropriate one, so I'm going to use it. There was nobody in the death camps of World War II. There was nobody in Auschwitz or Dachau or, in Siberia with Joe the Hammer Stalin who was overweight. Nobody. I don't care what their pre-existing medical condition was. I don't care what their genetic background was. It didn't matter. When you stop eating, you lose weight. Period. The only thing that makes people gain weight is that they eat too many calories. The only thing that makes people eat too many calories is a nutritional tank that's running on fumes. The wisdom of your body knows that you're running on fumes. So the wisdom of your body forces you to eat more calories in the desperate attempt to fill that tank up, but the food that you're eating doesn't have what you need. So you'll eat too many calories, because your body drives you to eat. The food doesn't have what you need, and so 3 hours later you're hungry again, and you go round and around and around and around and around. And people that join Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig or one of those organizations, the magic to those organizations is that they count calories, right? They'll put you on a 300-calorie breakfast and a 400-calorie lunch and whatever. And you can discipline yourself without nutritional support. You can discipline yourself to eat a limited calorie diet for about 2 or 3 months. And when you're on a limited calorie diet, you'll lose 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever pounds. But then your body is so nutritionally starved, you can't handle it anymore. You wake up in the middle of the night and you'll raid the fridge because you have to. And then you think, you have a weak will or that your medical doctor really was right, that you must be depressed or something else, and it's nonsense. The only thing that makes people gain weight is we eat too many calories. And the only thing that makes us eat too many calories is our bodies are nutritionally starved. So, our solution here to support and promote healthy body weight is simply, number 1, eliminate the 10 bad foods. There are 10 foods you need to stop eating. Have you done that?
Yes, I saw your list, and we had done that, yes.
Good girl. Number 2, you have to fill your nutritional tank up every day with the right nutritional supplements appropriate for body weight. Have you done that?
Yes, we've been doing the Healthy Start Packs twice a day. Okay,
so both, how much do you weigh?
I weigh 202.
All right, so you both should be doing 2 Healthy Start Packs a month. Are you doing that? Are there 4 Healthy Start Packs coming into your house every month?
No, we've been doing 2.
Okay, so that's part of the problem, but there's a workaround for that, okay? And this is the thing, because it's a dose-dependent phenomenon, right? I mean, if you had a little fire in your backyard, right, and you went out there with a squirt gun, you probably wouldn't be able to put it out. But if you went there with a hose, you could put it out.
Right.
You just need more water, right? I mean, water's the thing. The squirt gun was a good idea, but you need more water is the deal here. So we need to fill the body's nutritional tank up so that we curb the appetite, so that then it becomes relatively easy to eat a limited calorie diet. And the third thing that has to happen here is you and your husband need to become proficient in counting calories. So there are apps that you can get for your smartphones, right, that will count calories. There's things you can download to your computer on the internet that will help you count calories. It's a pain in the you-know-what for the first couple. It is. For the first couple of weeks to figure out, well, son of a gun, how many calories did I just eat for breakfast, honey? And I'm telling you what, the goal here is 1,200 calories a day or less. 1,200 or less. And it is one of the easiest things in the world to think that you're eating 1,200 calories.
Right.
But really, you're eating 2,200 calories or 2,500 calories because an extra 1,000 calories snuck in there and you had no idea.
I think that's why we were doing a vegan diet, because, eating a lot of vegetables and all of that, but we wasn't getting the nutritional value, but we didn't have to count calories. So,
all right, excellent. All right, so we're getting there. We're getting warm now. All right, so you stick with me. I got a hard break here. I'm going to finish this up with you when we come back. So very glad that you found this radio show. So very glad that you gave me a call today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we do it, one family at a time. Welcome back, everybody. Tuesday, April 29th, 2014. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. This is Fire Your MD. Now, we're talking to Maddie in Indiana, trying to dial in an effective weight loss program. All right, so here's the deal, Maddie. You and your husband have to figure out what 1,200 calories looks like. There's no other way around it. You got to figure that out. And, like I said, there are apps that you can download for your phone. There's all kinds of stuff you can resource online to help you dial this in. And if you don't dial this in, it's going to be 2 steps forward, 2 steps backward. It's going to be very frustrating, and you're going to just want to, throw in the towel. But this is the deal. 1,200 calories a day or less until you reach your target weight. And then, the basic supposition here is that given a chance, the body will assume its normal weight. The body will assume its normal weight, right? Given a chance. In order to get that done, you have to fill the body's nutritional tank up, and you have to put the body back on the rails. The train has come off the rails. You need to put it back on the track, and you do that by forcing your body to lose weight through calorie restriction. Now remember, there's a two-sided coin. Because on the one side of the coin, you have the calories that go into the body from food, and on the other side of the coin, you have the calories that you burn from exercise. Right. So, what we need here is a net of 1,200 calories a day. So, if you eat 2,000 calories of food a day, then you need to do some type of exercise that burns 800 calories. You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Or you can just forget exercise, which is what I recommend people to do. Just forget it. And eat 1,200 calories a day or less. That's really the easiest way to do it, is just eat 1,200 calories a day or less, and it's not easy. Now, with the healthy packs that you're taking, there's 2 things that you need to get that will help you here. One is the plant-derived minerals, a bottle of the plant-derived minerals. One for you and one for your husband. They're $19 each, a bottle of the plant-derived minerals. And a bottle of Prohoba Slim. That's Projoba. That's a subsidiary of Youngevity. It's a Youngevity family product, but it's not a Youngevity product. It's a Prohoba product. You can get it in your back office. It's called Prohoba Slim. And Prohoba Slim is a natural appetite suppressant. So if you use Prohoba Slim in the first 2 or 3 weeks, it's a little capsule that you swallow, a little nutritional supplement that you swallow. It will help you to not be hungry so that your body can get used to eating 1,200 calories a day or less. And then between meals, when you're jonesing for calories, oh my God, I gotta eat, right?
Yes.
You throw down a shot of the plant-derived minerals. You throw down a shot of the plant-derived minerals, or 2 or 3, and that should effectively knock your appetite down. It should effectively knock your appetite down in an acute fashion. But look, there's a little bit of work that goes in here, right? You got to take the nutritional supplements every day, like your flippin' life depended on it. I would not eat breakfast at all. I wouldn't have any breakfast, don't have any breakfast. Just take your nutritional supplements for breakfast. Just your nutritional supplements for breakfast. Have lunch and have dinner. That's it. 600 calories for lunch, 600 calories for dinner, no breakfast. Take your nutritional supplements 2-3 times a day. Use the Prohoba Slim as an appetite suppressant for a couple of weeks, and use the plant-derived minerals to put a curb on your appetite between meals. But the real key here is you have to know what 1,200 calories looks like, because until you hit that mark, you're going to be frustrated and it ain't going to work. So now, once you're in this groove and you've gotten this done, after about 21 days, that's how long it takes, about 21 days, 3 weeks, your body gets used to this new deal, this new program, and it becomes much, much, much easier to maintain that discipline. So you gotta white knuckle it for 21 days, but you can do it, especially with longevity, you can do it. And so I'd like you to call me back in 21 days after you've been on this program and give a testimony, good or bad, because we don't screen calls here. I want to know what happens when you follow this advice. I appreciate your trust and your support, Maddie. Now go out there and get your health back. Hour 2 coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Tuesday, 29th day of April 2014. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. Stick around.